Nobody talks about how much they struggle during med school. It's something that a lot of medics seem to keep to themselves, and it's absolutely fine to struggle. It's such a normal thing. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 things that I implemented into my study plan to allow me to pass my end of year exams after failing literally every single mock that I sat. So if you don't know me, my name's Amelia and I'm a second year medical student. So my first year at med school, I really struggled academically, mentally, socially. I was literally failing every single end of block exam that I did, and I was doing all the work, I was putting the hours in and putting all the effort in, and I literally could not pass these exams. So I sat my Christmas mocks and I literally failed by a significant amount, and I just remember feeling so devastated. I was so upset and I literally had no clue how I was going to even pass these exams, my end of year exams in the summer. I thought there's no chance I'm getting through, I'm out, I'm not going to pass my first year at medical school. Since coming back from my summer break, I've spoken to multiple people, multiple medics on my course, and I've actually realised how many people were struggling at the same time as me and how unaware I was that other people were in the same position. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I actually turned my failing around, how I went from failing all my exams to passing my end of year exams with a score I was happy with. So if that is what you're interested in, please stick around to watch. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Tip number 1 is to get yourself into a routine. Because when you're planning out your week, make sure you're planning enough time for your revision, enough time for your studying and getting the work done, but also enough time for yourself. Make sure it's enough time that is allocated to each of those things. For example, on a Monday, I have my lectures and that is the bulk of my work that gets released on a Monday. So I know that on a Monday, every week, I'm going to be in the library, and I'm probably going to be in the library most of the day and not really have time for much else. So then on a Wednesday, I could take the day completely off medicine. I don't do any medicine. It's Wednesday today. I've not touched a book and I have time for myself. I make time to do things that I want to do, and I really try and stay away from medicine to achieve the balance that I need to have. So I'm going to try my very best to keep this up and keep Wednesdays free for myself until closer to exam season, when I do need a bit extra time to be revising. But overall, it's really important to remember balance. Some people figure it out quicker than other people, but it is just so important to take your time, figure out a routine that works for you, and allowing time for all these parts of your life at medical school. Tip number 2 is to get yourself a study partner. Obviously, I understand that everybody learns differently. Some people learn in group work, some people learn by learning individually and can't learn in groups. But I really recommend getting yourself a study partner. Just somebody to go to if you don't understand something, or if they don't understand something, or if you need to talk about the work, or just in general someone to study with. I tell you, during exams, if I would have been studying on my own all the time, I would have not done as many hours that I ended up doing, because I would have lost the motivation. Like, just having somebody there to work with is motivation in itself, because you push each other. And then secondly, I literally would have been depressed. That is not an exaggeration. I genuinely would have spiraled into a very low state, because obviously during exam season, you're putting all those hours in and you're working a lot. And if I would have been on my own doing that all the time, having no human contact, I would have been very low in my mood. So for multiple reasons, it's important to have somebody that you can study with if you want to, and just moral support. That is what it's about, moral support. So I would definitely recommend finding yourself a study person, a study friend, a study pal, whatever you want to call it, to get you through the tough times of exam season. That really helped me. Tip number 3 is to find what works. So a big mistake that I made when I started med school was I went in with this idea of this is how I'm going to study and this is how I'm going to revise and this is how I'm going to do it, and I stuck at it for about 3 months and it wasn't working. I was failing all my exams, but I was still sticking at the method that I was using to study and revise and do the work, and it wasn't working. It really wasn't working, and it was showing in my grades and reflecting in my grades. Also, a really important thing to note that what works for somebody might not work for you. It's really important to not compare yourself to what other people are doing. What works for them might not work for you. It's really individual, and it's really important to find what works for you individually and just keep trying different things until you find what works. So for example, what works for me, I like to use whiteboards, and I like to blur all the things I know onto a whiteboard and then go back to my notes and fill in the gaps and see what I've missed, and do that over and over again. Some people use Anki and Quizlet. I don't really like Anki and Quizlet for the bulk of my revision anyway. One of my friends reads, like she literally just reads the lectures, and that works for her, but that wouldn't work for me. It really would not work for me, hence why I don't do it. So it's really important to not compare yourself to other people and compare yourself to what other people are doing. And the last tip is to stick at it. So this might sound very obvious, but when you're in that mindset and you're in the moment, you're failing all your exams, you're not doing well, nothing's working, it's so easy to just be like, no, this is not for me, I don't want to do it. I remember when I was in that position, I was literally like, there's no chance I'm going to pass. No chance I'm going to pass. It's done, dusted. But I just kept working at it, kept putting time in, figuring out things, changing things, and putting in the hard work. And here I am, still here, made it into my second year. So what I'm saying is, although it's so easy to give up when things get tough, make sure you don't. Make sure you keep trying. You will only fail if you give up. If you keep trying, you will not fail. Use this failing as motivation to do better. That is my finishing statement. We'll finish on that. I think that's it. Just keep working at it, keep trying different things out, and just the last one is the most important. Just keep trying and don't give up. You will get there. I literally failed every single mock exams leading up to my final year exams, and I passed the final year exams just from not giving up and keeping on working and keeping at it. So I did it. So if you're in that similar position, don't give up, you'll be fine. And I wish you all the best. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed this video, I'd really love it if you would like and comment down below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next one.